I was a police officer before I came here, so it kind of, going into it, I was like, well, why do I have to go to this externship? And you know, I've already worked the road. I was a detective. I worked criminal investigations for District 1 CI here in Clarksville, Tennessee, and I just kind of had the attitude, you know, I don't need this. And then when I went over there to the Sheriff's Department, I didn't realize how much responsibility the Sheriff's Department has. Thinking about the jail, the courthouse, patrol, of course I had experience in patrol. You know, learning never stops.
I think it was necessary for me to get this experience because being an English teacher, I didn't have a lot of background with criminal justice. So it kind of opened up my eyes, as I was saying, and made me a more informed citizen, but also helped me to be more informed about the criminal justice career and the content knowledge that the students will need to have.
My focus is, you know, on writing, on literature, so sometimes it's kind of hard for them to see the connection in my class. And the biggest connection I have with it is writing. You know, they have to do narrative reports for everything they encounter. And the deputy I rode with was just awesome because he told me, you know, I tell him I don't know what to tell these kids sometimes because they look at me and they're like, I just want to be a police officer. I don't want to go to college. Why does it matter that I know how to use all this punctuation and everything correctly? And like he told me, you know, when he was in school, he did not enjoy writing, but now he writes on a daily basis. And they don't realize that when they write, it's not just for their supervisor, it goes through the court system. Everyone has eyes on it.
Students are constantly asking, when am I going to use this in the real world? When am I going to do this outside of your classroom? And I think it's important for them to know that this is applicable, that this is something that they're going to use.
I went through into teaching a very traditional way. You know, I graduated high school, went straight to college. I'm an English degree. I've only worked little minor jobs in college. This is my first real career. I have no idea what anything else is like. So it helps me out because, I mean, if I'm supposed to bring it into my class, I have to know it. And this is the only way I can really get to know without going back to school.
If they can see the real world connection, then it makes it more relevant to them and it makes it more enjoyable, especially with the academy students. You know, our focus is to have them more interested in what they're learning about, but also to make that connection into their career fields. So when they can make those real world connections, it just makes it that much more enjoyable, but also it makes teaching more relevant. They can see the purpose of English and math and science directly in their fields, and we're gonna, you know, try to have some guest speakers to come, you know, tell the kids what we're telling them that we learned at the internship so that they can say, yeah, in my everyday life I have to use correct grammar and I have to use evidence-based writing. So that's been really nice to see.
My principal said it best. Criminal justice is the vehicle, and then the subjects that go with it, math, English, science, history, those are the wheels that make the bus go round and round. If you don't have those wheels, we're not going anywhere.